What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. And today we had quite the interesting day. Today we capped down. To be honest, we had the digestion of the FOMC minute notes. Apparently, people didn't like what they saw, but it did not stop tech. You had runners like your Teslas, your Amazon popped a little bit today. It actually moved quite a bit towards the end of the day. You had the major, essentially a lot of the industry leaders pushing back up, which was expected, especially Tesla. Anytime tech does sell off, Tesla is one of the first ones to bounce back. Not saying it bounces all the way back, but a good majority of the time it makes up a lot of the selling in overnight sessions. Typically, if there's no real bad news that's directly affecting Tesla, it does bounce back quite quickly. That being said, in this video, I'm not actually giving out any tickers. It's kind of more of a state of the market. I've kind of been talking about this for the past couple of weeks now, the fact that we are coming into earnings, and I saw something about a week ago, maybe even been 2 weeks ago, where the market really started looking hesitant. Yes, there was strength. People were constantly buying on any dip, but there was also no catalyst for going up or down. And then again, we had the major pullback last night. We had another pullback last week as well. And so we've been kind of just been flat. We had numbers last week that kind of made us pull back. We've been kind of pushing, really struggling at this level, this 344 level. So last night, even after getting those notes, I didn't like the way the market struggled. It initially wanted to break out, but there was so much confusion. People digested the news, and then we just tanked. And today it was really weak. Even the runners that we had, your biggest movers, I think, were probably space. You had space, Amazon, and Tesla were, I think, your biggest movers today. And the biggest ones were space and Amazon, because there is rockets flying. I know space is taking off this weekend, so there's one to keep on watch tomorrow. If you want to watch one, space could rocket quite a bit tomorrow. It's the same with Amazon. Amazon could rocket going into next week on the launch. If there's any news on any kind of split, now that Jeff Bezos is officially out, that could be something that we could see next week. So that's something to keep on watch. Tesla, let's see if it gets more strength. It was pretty strong today. See if it continues that strength and tries to get back to that 700 mark before earnings. Could be a possibility, but it's something to definitely keep a watch on. Shop in itself has struggled pretty much all day. Apple kind of held its own. It sold off, but then bounced back, but it didn't look as strong. You had a lot of different ones. QQQ in itself, it dipped. And then today, again, unless we get back and try to retest all-time highs, I think we're going to dip a little bit lower. Much needed. We've been going pretty hot here. I've been talking about this for the past week or so on how we needed to pull back. So that's what we're kind of looking at. So tomorrow I'm kind of really just looking at, again, industry leaders, your Tesla, Amazon, space. I think will probably be the biggest ones tomorrow. Apple, if Apple does decide to push up overnight, the market could start going back to all-time highs. I know that one of the biggest news stories today was the new variant, the Delta variant. Essentially, everybody was concerned about that because of the news on the Olympics being, I think it was canceled or being pushed back, something like that, in Japan because of the new variant. But being said, Fauci also came out and said that that all the U.S. drugs are perfectly fine, that they do combat the new variant, so it's not that big of a deal. So that could push the market back up. The only other thing that we were kind of worried about was essentially China, and if that starts to become something, which could be a possibility in the next month or so, if that does, it could possibly see delistings of Baba and Baidu. This is why a lot of the China stocks really been taking a hit. They don't want their companies to move to the U.S. So being said, There's still some wild cards, China being one of them, but the Delta variant seems to be out of the equation now. As long as that news about Fauci gets around, numbers tomorrow, we got job numbers tomorrow, or unemployment numbers tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see that. And that might push up the market. It might help us repel us back. We needed a pullback. It was a pretty decent pullback, especially on some of the tech. So I know tech has really been kind of carrying everything. I know BA also got news on an order towards that last power hour. And so it started pushing up. So that might be one to watch. That might help the value side of the house and help push up the market overnight. And then tomorrow we might have a big runner because of that. A lot of stuff, like I said, sold, but it bounced right back out. I know Roblox in itself, I've been watching this, but it looks like it retested the wedge from underneath and maybe selling back off. Roblox is one I do want to watch too and see what happens there. But ultimately, the markets, just being cautious, just being patient with what's going on is extremely important. It's something I always try to preach. I try to take my own advice a lot. Something that you got to be constantly maintaining, trying to keep moving forward, especially in trading, because jumping into too much, you can get yourself in a lot of danger. So again, for tomorrow, just keep it easy, keep it smooth. Again, it's Friday. It could be profit taking if we do decide to gap up or gap down. Just be mindful of that, manage risk, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Until Sunday's video, I will see you guys later.